What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This week, I'm here with my friend and psychotherapist, Seth Menachem. Welcome, Seth.
Thank you. I think it's important to mention I am your friend, not your psychotherapist. But I do work as a psychotherapist.
Can you be someone's friend and a therapist at the same time?
You cannot.
No.
You play therapist for a lot of your friends, but ethically that would be problematic. And even if it wasn't an ethical issue, it really would affect the work.
Yeah.
The work is better with someone who you're not friends with, who doesn't have a horse in the race, so to speak.
So Seth, thank you so much for doing this with me. Me as a trainer and nutritionist, I've been fortunate to be a part of many people's health journeys. Mm-hmm. And many times I feel like just working out and training and changing those habits makes someone way happier. Is there any substance to that?
Absolutely. I think the key elements of diet, exercise, and sleep are such a crucial, important part to us even being able to work with ourselves psychologically. If we're deficient in all of those, it makes it more difficult to even tap into the psychological stuff. Our bodies are fighting lack of sleep, terrible nutrition.
So you would say it's a good start to start moving, eating better, training, and then obviously work on your mental health as well.
Absolutely.
Parallel to that. The reason I have Seth here with me is because I want to figure out how to become happier, or I feel like right now there's a lot of people in the world that are not very happy. Do you share the same view or experience?
I definitely work in a field where I see the people who are struggling come into my office. So you could say I see a disproportionate amount of people because the people who walk into my office are usually struggling with something.
There's got to be something like a red thread that we all can do to get happier.
I think you make a very good point in terms of how different we all are. But you're right, there's a commonality in what we can do to try to at least get closer to happiness. Happiness is not a fixed state, right? You can't stay happy, that's not sustainable. But we definitely can live in ways where we can feel happier, where we can sustain the idea of sadness and know that we'll be okay because we know that we are on the right track. Some things that I think are important, I would say there are 3 components that you would know best that actually I need the most work on, which is consistent diet, consistent exercise, and consistent sleep. Interestingly, before you even deal with what's going on psychologically, those 3 things are such a key element to how people feel. And often when people come in who are struggling with depression, with anxiety, I will ask them like what their sleep's like, what their diet's like, and how often they exercise.
So me as a trainer and nutritionist, I've been on that journey with people many times when I start seeing someone and you get to be part of that, health journey, and you can see how they really grow and how they become happier, basically. So I love that you're saying that as an expert as well. So it's not just hocus pocus. It's actually
scientifically proven. And anyone who ever questions, any ideas I might throw their way, I always say let's look at it as an experiment. In anything I do, I say let's look at it as an experiment. Let's just take the data and let's add it up and see how you feel. Right? We'll write down. We'll see how you felt that day. We'll see you did this thing, what worked and what didn't, and we can learn from that. It's excellent. So that's the first component. Outside of that, I have my own philosophy in terms of things that I think can make people connect with the world. So exercise, diet, sleep are definitely a very important component. And then you have to move past that to the psychological. And with clients, I push, some key ideas that are really important to me psychologically. I think we as human beings have a need for connection. It's really important that we connect with others. We are not meant to be isolated. And so I will often get clients to do the work to start connecting with others. That can be as simple as I live in a new neighborhood, I don't know my neighborhood yet, I don't know my neighbors, or I've lived there for years and I really don't know anyone, and it's taking walks around the neighborhood, it's practicing engaging with someone.
And the worse you feel mentally, the less you want to connect with people. So it's like a downward spiral. Right?
Absolutely. You have to behave counterintuitively. You're absolutely correct. A client would take an Uber to my office every week, and I asked him who his Uber driver was. He shrugged. What do you mean? I don't know. What was his name? Where's he from? He's like, I don't talk to the Uber driver. I said, all right, I'm going to give you homework, and I don't normally give homework, which is next week when you come in, I want to hear about this Uber driver. I want you to tell me about this person. I want you to be curious. Curiosity is so important in life. Curiosity will ensure that you will never be bored. It's an amazing skill. No matter who you're with, People who are nervous about dating. Well, what if I go on a date and I don't like the person? There's something to be learned from it. People are so interesting. I love people. I love getting to know people. I love learning how people behave in the world. And I really love being able to help people who struggle because they get in their own way. And the truth is, most of our problems come from us getting in our own way. It doesn't mean that we didn't suffer from tough homes or that we don't have outside things getting in our way that make it really difficult. But I would say the majority of problems come from the way we view them and how often we get in our own way. So that takes a shift, right? We have to shift the way we look at things. We have to shift in innate negative thinking to a positive one. And I say innate because I think our brains are very good at remembering negative things. And there's a benefit to it. It keeps us safe. I have to know that I go down this path and there's a cave of bears and I could get attacked. Therefore, I need to avoid it. I'm gonna remember that experience. I need to know that I eat this berry and it was poisonous and it made me ill and I won't eat it again. Our brains are so good at grabbing onto those things and remembering them. The work is remembering the positive stuff. So we have to take an extra effort to really remember the good things. And just doing that every day, making a concerted effort to remember the positive things is a giant shift as well.
So training, nutrition, sleep, pushing yourself to connect with people.
That's right.
And
curiosity. And practicing looking at the positive versus the negative, doing that extra work, right? The glass is half full, not half empty.
When it comes to training, I always say, you got to start somewhere and try to start with 3 days a week. If you're not doing anything, try to move 3 days a week. Then you can ramp it up to 5 days a week is probably a sweet spot for me. 6 days max. Make sure to take that day off. We tend to be too extreme as human beings. We go from 0 to 100 and it's not sustainable.
You're right.
There needs to be balance in life. So for me, I'm a big believer in 3 to 5 days a week, being physically active, doing something.
Great. I love that. 3 days a week also works for me because I struggle to get into a gym.
So Seth approved. Great. When it comes to nutrition, I'm a big believer in finding the balance there as well. I always say make sure that 17 out of 20 meals are on point, healthy. 3 out of 20, whatever you want. I don't really like food restrictions. If that pizza is your favorite thing to eat, why should you avoid it for the rest of your life?
I agree. And you and I have enjoyed many a pizza pie together.
We have. Maybe a little too many. But yeah, 17 out of 20 meals on point, 3 out of 20 enjoy life. Sleep is obviously crucial. We know that without sleep, you will eventually die. That will tell you how important it is.
Yeah.
So if you want to know more about sleep, check out my other videos on the channel. I have a few with Dr. Michael Bruce, the sleep doctor, and you can learn a lot more about sleep, how to optimize it, and the importance of it. Seth, thank you so much for doing this. That's it, guys. I hope that you can all take something with you from this video. If people want to see more of you, where can they find you?
I'm on Instagram as The Life of a Therapist. And I am also starting a YouTube channel under my name, Seth Menachem.
I'm gonna link it below so you can find Seth and what he's doing or what he's up to. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you can take something with you from this video. We all want to be happier, including me. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.